Hello, what's up? Everybody went live at the same time, and I'm on the right channel. Oh my gosh, it must be Easter Sunday. Miracles happen. They sure do. And everything just went right with this, I think, as long as I've got the chat going okay. YouTube, you guys here? Y'all here? Everybody here? We good? We good? What does this button do? I don't even know what that means. Okay. Well, how's it going? I hope everybody's had a great Easter Sunday. I'm kind of feel like I'm looking like a hot mess. I just took off my Easter dress and put on a shirt and still have on my pearls and everything. Hey, Randy and Anna, if y'all don't know our friends Randy and Anna, I just put out this shirt that hasn't or didn't fit there for a while, and now it fits in my Randy and Anna shirt. If y'all don't know them, go subscribe to their channel. They have a channel and they're about to have a baby in a little bit. I was going to say any day now, but I don't think actually any day now, pretty soon. Randy and Anna. Yeah. Search them on YouTube and find their channel because they're the sweetest, most wonderful people ever. And they're from Alabama too. So, they have to be super awesome. But, okay, here's the deal. I'm not staying on here long tonight. And I know I always say this, but I seriously am not. We have some friends that are in town, and they are staying with us this weekend. And so I want to hang out with them. But I just also wanted to do a little quick live stream because I just love y'all. And you have left so many encouraging comments on the last video. So this video, the video I posted on Thursday, if you didn't see it, I talked about getting my hormones tested and evaluated and all kinds of crazy stuff that's been going on in my body and what I'm doing about it. And I just wanted to first of all, thank y'all because y'all are awesome and make me feel so much less crazy, I guess. I don't know if that's even possible because I'm still crazy, but just the number of people that were super supportive and awesome and said that I made you feel better because you're going through the same thing. Oh my goodness, it was just really, really, really meant a lot to me. It was also just interesting to read about other people's stories and experiences with this. So if you have no clue what I'm talking about, basically the video, I talked about how I have recently realized that I have PMDD, which is premenstrual dysphoric disorder. I think that I said that right. And it's something that I kind of was well, yeah, everybody has PMS. It's just what happens. And also said this is a weird thing for me to talk about. So the fact that I'm talking about this to y'all right now is kind of strange to me. But it's a whole nother level though. And those of y'all who have it or know about it or whatever, the struggle and that it is not, oh, hey, Rivers, met you today. That was great seeing you and saying, hey, thanks for saying hey to us. Sorry, distracted by comments, Instagram comments. I'm going to try not to get too distracted, but we met somebody today at Easter lunch and it was super awesome. So thanks for saying hey. Oh, and somebody else is at the same church as us this morning. Oh my goodness. There are all kinds of people in here that saw us today. That is really cool. Happy Easter. But anyway, so it's just basically a whole different level of not just oh, I feel moody or, oh, I've got, physical symptoms like crampy or headaches or whatever. It's you literally feel like you're in this deep depression, an actual depression. And it's just really weird. And it's really frustrating to me because, I feel like I just hate everybody during that time period. It's a week before my cycle starts and it's just weird. But I really, really, really appreciate y'all all being so supportive and those of y'all that are oh my gosh, I deal with the same thing. What is going on with myself? Because it's it'll be for a little while and a week, maybe 7-ish days. And then as soon as my period starts, and it's I'm totally fine and feel completely normal again, which is really crazy. Really, 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 really crazy. So yeah, I just wanted to jump on here and answer some questions that some people had. If y'all have questions, leave them for me because now that I'm on here, I'm oh yeah, what were the questions I was going to answer? Because I can't remember. But there are some questions on the video that people left. So if you have actual questions about that, next to the little comment thing on Instagram, there's a little button you can push and it's got a little question mark and you can ask a question. But I think the whole point of what I was saying earlier is that we do have friends that are here visiting with us. So I am going to keep this short. my goal is to like wrap it up around 20-ish, 15-ish, maybe minutes. If I like could keep this to 15 minutes, it'll be a first ever, 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 ever. I always get so like just excited talking to y'all, and it goes by so fast that I just forget to end it. Okay, so let's see. There's already a couple questions that people put on here, so let me see what they are. Okay, this question, have you had your thyroid checked? So, if you watched the video, I talked about how I just did a bunch of blood work and had to do like a 24-hour, every 4-hour urine sample, which was really interesting. It was crazy. I had to do that at home, but, I had to do that, and then they're going to check like everything. Basically, this is the doctor I'm going to see is a doctor that specializes in bioidentical hormone therapy, which is like a little bit different than what you would just see your average doctor for. So he does test and check like all the stuff. I know if you just go to like your regular gynecologist or your primary care doctor, generally they will just check your, I think it's TSH. I don't know. I can't speak for everybody's doctors, but this is just from what I've heard. I haven't done it myself. But if you go and see like a more specialized doctor in that area that's looking at all that, then there's like all kinds of different thyroid things they check. They check different other hormones, progesterone, estrogen, testosterone. Who knew women had testosterone? Apparently it's a thing. And all kinds of other stuff. So they're going to check everything. So yes, getting that checked as we speak. They have my blood work and stuff, which another sad thing about this is this is totally my fault. Y'all know I'm like really kind of last minute about stuff. I was a little bit later than I should have been sending it in. And so they called me and said that they weren't going to have time to process the sample in time for my appointment that was supposed to be in like 2 weeks, less than 2 weeks now. And so they had to push my appointment back a little bit. So I'm a little bummed about that. But they said it's a possibility that it could still get moved up. So we're hoping for that, hoping it gets like bumped a little sooner. That would be fabulous. Holly Adams, thank you for the super chat. Oh, you could use some love and prayers. You watched your grandmother take her last breath last night. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry to hear that. Holly, if y'all don't know her, is always here on every live stream, and she has been a super awesome, wonderful supporter of us over the years in general. And she's just really sweet and wonderful and encouraging, and always love you, Holly, and sending you prayers. And I'm so sorry about that. That is really, really hard. The friends that are staying with us, Cullen's friend, Ron, and my friend, Jenny, they're married, and I only know them because of Cullen. So I guess I always just say Cullen's friend, Ron. But anyways, they're here because Ron's dad passed away this past week. And so they were here for the funeral. And so they're staying with us. So all the love going around there. Holly asked, have you talked to Ellie about hormones and gotten guidance, etc.? Yeah, actually back when she first got her stuff checked was around the time that, sorry, this thing keeps falling. Around the time that she got her hormones checked is when all the stuff kind of came out. I think it was about that same time about Cullen's addiction and all the stuff that we were dealing with. And we had seen them in, I guess it was September, November. I don't even remember. Whenever we went to Utah, if you all remember, probably better than I do. And so we had talked then, and I'd been telling her just like kind of some things about how I felt in general. I think I didn't like totally recognize this whole like when things were happening within my cycle and all that. I don't know. But anyways, we talked about it then. And then so when she got all her results from her hormone stuff, she was like, oh my gosh, you gotta go get this done. It would be so helpful. So we talked about it on the cruise some when we were on our Disney cruise. And so I was like, she was like, yes, that hopefully will be so helpful for you, and super duper encouraged it. So hopefully I'll get some answers. But yeah, I have talked to her. I saw several people that were like, oh my gosh, you're just doing this because Ellie did it. And I was like, no, I'm doing it because I need to. But I'm actually doing it because I was inspired by Ellie, because it's one of those things, like if you find something that helps you, or if you find something that you're like, oh my gosh, I had no idea this was going on, you obviously want to tell people like, hey, if you have any concerns, go get this checked. So, let's see. Where are these questions? I just closed them and then totally lost my train of thought about what I was doing. Um, 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 uh, Sorry. Here's a good question. Did you notice this before kids at all? So I don't think so. Like, definitely not to the extent that it is now. No, I totally didn't. I keep thinking back on like my life and I'm like, did I always just get like super duper moody or irritable or like hate everybody? I don't think I did. I don't remember. I don't know. Those of y'all that knew me before I had kids, let me know. But it's definitely something that I noticed severely. Like if it was an issue before, I felt like I just really never felt like I was even somebody that when people would talk about having PMS and having mood swings and stuff, I was just kind of like, I mean, like, I don't know. There would be times when I would start my period and be like, "Oh, shoot, I had no idea that was coming." Like, didn't even know, there were no other symptoms. So, I don't know. I don't know. I don't think so. As far as I know, it started around the time, I talked about this in my video, but it was like Brooks was about a year and a half old. So it was when I had just stopped nursing him. I had also stopped taking an antidepressant for postpartum depression, which at this point I'm like, was that? I mean, I know that technically that's what it's classified as, but like, was it really a hormone imbalance because I had just had a kid and things were like, my body got crazy out of whack. And then I treated it with this antidepressant, which made me gain all this weight and does things to your brain and whatever. It did help me. The antidepressant did help me. So, I mean, that was good. But once I stopped taking it, I was fine. And it was like 6 months after I started taking it that I noticed this. So I think I just kind of sort of made the correlation and then was like, oh man, yeah, I just get really like sad and cry easily and stuff. And then it's almost like it's progressed so much in the past year. And I've also heard that like trauma and stress and all that can affect it significantly. And can like make things worse too, not because like somebody else is doing something wrong, but your body's response to stress has to do with a lot of your hormone production and your hormone whatever, the way that your hormones work and your thyroid and everything that works together, cortisol and all that. Clearly, I'm not a medical doctor and I don't know all the correct terms, but I do know that affects it. And so you can't just say like, hey, stress be gone. We have definitely done a whole lot to try to like reduce stress. And I've been doing things to, like changing my diet, exercise, which I haven't been as great with exercise as I was before, just with life and everything, excuses. Oh shoot, there's a super chat I'm about to miss. What did you say? Rivermania 10 said, this is so thankful. I mean, this is so helpful. Thank you. Our hormones only check through blood work / urine samples. What if results come back normal? What are next steps? That's a good question. I'm pretty sure that that's the best way to check hormones. I don't really know. Sorry, I can close this question on Instagram. I don't really know. I know that I've heard people talk about a saliva test. I don't know anything about that. I know like if my regular doctor, I think there's one point in your pregnancy where they test your iron and stuff and it's just a finger prick, I think. I don't remember if it was blood draw. I don't know. I don't remember. But yeah, blood, urine. If the results come back normal, I am hoping that he will at least have some suggestions because I'm like, certainly he's seen people with these issues before. I know that there's a lot of different vitamins and stuff like things that your body may be deficient in. And I have gotten better about I take a probiotic every day now because I've heard a lot about the whole like gut health affecting the rest of you and all of that. So sorry, I get distracted reading comments. I saw somebody say, I've heard my doctor check my hormones and they only check my TSH. Be adamant for the panel. And yes, that's why I'm going to see this other doctor because they're testing everything. But I'm taking probiotic and I'm taking like it's actually just a hair, skin, and nails vitamin. I probably should take like a regular multivitamin. I don't know. And then recently I'm in like some groups online about this and like looking at people's suggestions. And I'm taking like a magnesium supplement every night. And I feel like that actually helped a lot at first when I started taking it. I also started taking birth control back in January because I was told that would help because it would like level things off. Well, I honestly think that that has made things worse. Um, I don't know. I think it's interesting to see the people talking. Somebody else said something about it could be perimenopause, like all that. I haven't. The thing is, like, it's. I don't know. I don't know anything about like that. I'm 30. How old am I? 36. I just turned 36. So, I mean, I don't imagine that's what it would be, but it's possible. I totally know it's possible. But the thing is that there was no or has been no irregularity with my actual cycle. It was like 100% predictable. And it's something, the way that it happens to me is like textbook case of PMDD, which can be in people as young as like 15 or however old you are when you start your period. So I don't know. I don't know. I do feel like the magnesium thing helped. I saw something last night or somebody's talk about GABA, which is like gamma something or another. I don't know. It's something your brain naturally makes that some people are deficient in. And so I got some of that, trying that, just trying all the things. And I think, I definitely think those things will help. So if it comes back that everything's normal, which like I would be surprised. I'd be like, okay, well then what do I do? Because hopefully he'll have something to tell me. But I know there are other like vitamin supplements, vitamin deficiencies that you can have that can cause these issues. And so I'm hoping that this is something that we can at least figure out, because it would be super duper bummer to have to like just live with this forever. B12 and vitamin D. I saw somebody say that. I've seen some people say that, and it's on my list of things to get, and I should probably really try it, because I'll see people be like, okay, this is the one thing that helped me the most. Everything changed and my life was back to normal. And I have seen people say B12 and vitamin D. I need to get some of that. Just like, let me just take all the things, whatever. They're vitamins. Not like I'm taking something crazy. Let's see. And then somebody said something about, what was the question? I was while taking birth control, I had a massive dip in my emotional state, stopped taking, but fear of pregnancy / postnatal depression so much. Yeah, that's where I am too. And I mean, I know there's other permanent solutions for preventing pregnancy. But it's just like, I don't know. I say all the time that we're 100% sure we're done having kids, but that's a big decision, like to definitely decide all of that. Taking calcium with vitamin D. No, I have not gotten the results back. Somebody said they're like, did you get the results? No. I'm 36 and I have not gotten, and the blood sugar levels, they're testing that also. I think that's why I had to do the throughout the day urine test. I think they look at blood sugar. I don't know. Can you do that on old urine? I don't know. And then on the blood work that I had done, I know on the list of things they were looking for was A1C, which I think has to do with blood sugar and stuff too. Y'all, I sound like the biggest Dumbo about all this. I'm like, just whatever it is. I don't know. Okay, well, this is an unrelated question, but it's a good one for today. How do you start eating your chocolate bunnies? By the ears or the bottom? Definitely by the ears is where I start. Do y'all start at the bottom? I don't know. Let's see. Oh, and this is so interesting because, sorry, I opened the questions and then I wanted to say this first, because today my mom at lunch was like, okay, we need to talk about your video that you made. And I was like, uh-oh, what did I do wrong in my video? Because I was thinking that she was talking about a vlog. And I was like, oh no, our vlog, what is it? And then she was like, no, your Katie on the Flip Side video. And I said, oh, why did you like deal with this when we were younger too? And she was like, oh my gosh, yes. Like it was a problem for her too. And I mean, we just never talked about it, because I think a lot of people, and I've gotten this from the comments on my videos too, a lot of people don't realize that it's not normal, or that it's something you can do something about. Like, I think a lot of people who commented on my videos were like, oh my gosh, I just thought it was only me. And like, that's how I thought. And that's why I'm so thankful for online communities these days and like support groups and stuff. Cause like you have all these people that are listing symptoms and like effects and stuff that you're just like, that's exactly me, like the exact same stuff. And it makes you not feel so crazy. And it makes you realize like, this isn't normal. Like just because there's a bunch of people that have it, but it's not like the whole entire world does. So interesting. I don't know. Um, yeah. But so my mom today, she was like, we're gonna have to finish this conversation later because it was Easter and things were crazy. So we're gonna be talking about that. And I told my mom today, I was like, I need to get you on my channel. Let's make a video about this. And you can talk to the people about it and tell me what you did. But she kind of described the same, like, just like a dark cloud would just totally come over her for like the week. And it's really strange. It's not just like a mood swing and you're irritable and whatever, although that is a big part of it. But no, it's so much more. Did your grandma deal with this, or how old was she when she went into menopause? I do not have any idea about my grandmother. My mom, obviously, we just briefly talked about it today. So we're gonna talk about it again, and I'll get the whole story. But I don't know about my grandmother. Kind of, I guess, like knowing what I know now about it and knowing about just my grandmother's life history, I kind of wonder if she did too. My mom might know the answer to that. I don't know. But I wonder if she did, because I would imagine it'd be from my mom's side of the family, not my dad's. I don't know anything about my dad's mom as far as that goes. But and it makes me wonder about my sister too. I haven't talked to her about it, but I don't know. I think my mom and I are more similar. And as far as, I don't know, my mom and I are more similar than my sister and my mom are similar, if that makes sense. Like my mom and I have a lot of the same characteristics, like body type, reactions to pregnancy and weight gain, weight loss, all of that. We both, which this was not true of my sister. And I've seen people comment on my videos that have said they had this issue with weight when they were pregnant and then ended up finding out later they had some type of thyroid issue. But when I'm pregnant is the only time that I do not gain weight. Like in general in life, I can eat, a big meal for dinner, like too much, you eat like, and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm so stuffed. Like at a restaurant, eat a big, huge cheeseburger and some fries, or even if it's a healthy meal, just like too much, and gain like 2 pounds the next morning on the scale. But when I'm pregnant, I can literally eat massive meals for every meal and not gain 1 pound. Like it's the only time that the scale stays completely consistent, because y'all know how it can vary, like a pound, 2 pounds, 3 pounds, up or down, water weight, whatever else type of weight. And when I'm pregnant, it literally does not move until, I think with both my kids, I lost a couple pounds in the beginning, not because of like nausea or throwing up or anything. But I lost a couple pounds in the beginning and then didn't start gaining weight until about maybe 20, 22 weeks. And then with both of them, with gains, I think I gained 15 pounds. And with Brooks, I gained like 12. Like I did not gain a lot of weight with either of them. And when you're gaining like 15 pounds, you've got a, 6 pound, 7 pound baby, you've got fluid, you've got all this. So basically within a week after having both of them, I was back down to my pre-pregnancy weight because it was only 15 pounds up. And then around them turning 8 weeks, which interesting now, I'm like July, August, that was exactly around the time with Brooks when I realized that I was like really, really down and having postpartum depression. But around 8 weeks with both of them, I start gaining weight again, and like don't change anything in my diet from, what I was eating the previous 8 weeks, and start gaining weight, which is just really was frustrating. And then throughout breastfeeding, continued to gain weight. Unless I was like super, super, super strict with the diet, which when you're breastfeeding is hard because you got to like have calories and you have to feed your baby too. Anyways, so I know my mom had the same issue as far as that goes, but all right, it has been 24 minutes and I am going to have to wrap it up, because if you weren't here in the beginning, I said, that I get distracted reading comments and I can't keep my focus. We have friends here visiting from out of town, so I'm going to go hang out with them. But I told him I was going to just run in here and do a little 30-minute live stream. What did my mom end up doing about it? I don't know that she ever did. And that's what she said. She told me today, she was like, I never, like got any treatment for it because and I don't know why we haven't, like, we literally only got so briefly into this conversation today. And it was Easter and everything was crazy. So we didn't get to finish it. But if I had to guess, I would imagine, like I said, there's Alley Cat. She made her appearance for the live stream. I would imagine that it's just like, if you don't have all this online community where you're hearing people say like, oh yeah, that happened to me. That happened to me. Here's what I did for it. Here's how I treated it. Like, you just don't know. So that would be my guess. I don't know. Yeah, so I don't know. But the master bathroom is, it's still torn up, but we've been waiting. We've been waiting on the final. We finally got the tub, and then we got the plumbing fixtures in. So we had to have those before they could start on the tile. So we got those in. They're coming tomorrow to lay the mortar bed, something like that. Hey. Anyways, okay. You're the same way with pregnancy, never gain weight when you're pregnant, but have put on so much weight after. Okay. So do you have these like hormone fluctuations and stuff, that I've been talking about? I don't know. Is PMDD in similar family as PCOS? PCOS isn't only about ovaries. I've heard some people talk about that they were like misdiagnosed with PCOS and it was really PMDD, which I don't know if there's a correlation or like if people with one tend to have the other. I don't know. Let's see. Okay. I'll do one more question and then I'm going to go. Alley Cat, hello. Every time I try to grab her, she runs away, but then she wants to be here with y'all. Okay, I don't know what the rest of this question is, but let's see what this says. Has symptoms improved, worsened, to stay the same since losing weight and changing diet? It's hard to say because I would say that at first they improved a little bit. But then I would honestly say that that's also when I started to really notice it. And I don't know if I noticed it because of what I was doing, like as with me making my own videos. I even told Cullen that this is kind of what got me thinking about it too, is it would be like, hey, like I would have 3 weeks of like, I'm like, yeah, I'm motivated. Like I've got this plan and this plan and this plan. I'm going to make this video and do this and film them ahead of time and get them edited. And then I would just get like down and bummed. And I'd just be like, I don't know. Like, I don't have anything worth saying. Like, my life sucks right now and I just don't know. But we were also dealing with our relationship issues and all that. But I kind of started noticing that like every fourth video, I would be like down and it would be like I would be like struggling week. And so I started noticing that and I'm like, I don't know. I supposedly does help things a lot. And I was feeling a lot better there for a while. So I don't know if what it is that I actually was feeling so much better during the good weeks that the bad weeks like stood out so much more. So maybe before I was kind of in more of like a blah state in general. So then the bad weeks were just like a little bit more blah. And then it was like once I started really feeling better as far as, eating better, exercising and all that, then when it was like a really bad week, it was like I could really, really tell something was going on. So let's see. All right. Thank you, Jordan. You are so sweet for the super chat. Blue is your color. You're gorgeous, Katie. Oh, you're just so nice. Alley Cat is too. Oh, I got her. All right. She came in just in time for me to tell y'all bye. I hope y'all have all had a wonderful weekend. Look how small this cat is. She's so cute. Alley Cat, look. Tell them hey. Tell them hey. I hope you all have all had a wonderful weekend, and I will be back with a video on Thursday, and I will see y'all then. Y'all have a good weekend. Happy Easter. Okay, I should probably stop petting the cat and actually end this live stream. Okay, bye guys.